If you are going to start a rebellion, you will need plenty of gunpowder and plenty of paper. For men will burn powder only after their passions have been inflamed, and you kindle that passion with ink on paper. Here it is, the 3rd of May, 1775. And I am only just now getting out my issue of the Massachusetts Spy. It contains news of the most urgent manner, and I am most anxious to put it out. But you see, it was for the want of paper that caused the delay. I am now here in Worcester, Massachusetts, and this is the very first thing ever to be printed in this community. You see, I stole my own press and some of the cases out of Boston during the night of April 16, 1775. At first, they were ferried across the river to Charlestown, and thence by wagon here on to Worcester. It was necessary for me to do so. For you see, the royal authorities frequently harassed me while in Boston. I lived in fear of assassination. My press was threatened with destruction. My friends insisted it was no longer safe for me to operate within Boston. And with the assistance of Joseph Warren and Timothy Bigelow, my operation was moved here some 40 miles west. I first started publishing The Spy in 1770. It is principally for the middling class, and like most provincial printers, I found it to be prudent business to publish all political opinions. But as the conflict between the Tories, those who remained loyal to the King of England, and the Whigs became more inflamed, I found remaining impartial to be detrimental to my business. As my personal sympathies are against those of the British authorities, The Spy soon became a voice for the Whigs. Fortunately, my own politics improved my business. My printing establishment was called the Sedition Foundry. The Sons of Liberty occasionally convened there, and I published a handbill or two in support of their cause. Today, most newspapers are sold by subscription, and most have an average subscription list of 600 souls. The Spy has 3,500 subscribers located throughout America. Good day, sir, and Godspeed. I engage postriders who carry copies of my publications to all parts of the continent. Soon after it began, the Massachusetts Spy became famous throughout all the colonies. Why, on July 31st, 1771, the Loyalists of New Bern, North Carolina, took such exception to an article published in the Spy, they hanged me in effigy. I was later told that the dummy that they used looked very little like me. But to have oneself hanged in effigy is a distinct honor of which I remain very proud. Of course, it is the effigy which is the essential component in the success of this endeavor. Here, now let's take a closer look at the Spy. Notice there are very few illustrations. Occasionally I will use a woodcut to illustrate an advertisement, but generally these are used very sparingly by all us printers. The type is small and close together. Again, the want of space makes us use every inch. We use various type styles for emphasis, such as bold or italic, and the main news is on the inside, which is printed last. If need be, the whole can even be folded and sent damp. Look, here on page 3 is my main story. Americans, forever bear in mind the Battle of Lexington, where British troops, unmolested and unprovoked, wantonly and in a most inhuman manner, fired upon and killed a number of our countrymen, then robbed them of their provisions, ransacked, plundered, and burnt their houses. Nor could the tears of defenseless women, some of whom were in the pains of childbirth, the cries of helpless babes, nor the prayers of old age, confined to beds of sickness, appease their thirst for blood or divert them from their design of murder and robbery. By now, every soul in the colony of Massachusetts has heard all about the battles at Lexington and Concord. It is not for them that I rush to print, but for my 3,500 subscribers throughout America. Their passions must be inflamed. Soon the post riders will carry this copy of The Spy all up and down the colonies, and God willing, it shall even make its way to England. The glorious cause of America is just, and it is only necessary to state that cause in a clear and impressive manner to unite the American people in its support. Take note that above the masthead are the words, Americans, liberty or death, join or die.